Just turn that down just a touch. Let me know if that's loud, people, when you pop in. And when you pop in, be sure to say hello. I just came in from my walk, and you haven't seen me for 2 weeks, so I'm sure there's a couple of people anyway. I hope that are going to pop in and be interested in hearing about my trip to Toronto. Yeah, it was pretty exciting. We'll give it a couple of minutes. It usually takes a few minutes for notifications to get out, right? And for people to pop in. So what can I chit chat in the meantime? I had just the best week this week. I really expected to come home to a serious mess. I did come home to a serious mess, but you know, my family, they kind of, pulled together and yeah, pulled me out of it again, again. And I have to get cracking. I need to find a job right away. And yeah, I'm taking care of myself and yeah, I don't know what the plan is right now, but as far as I know, I am going to be starting back on my YouTube channel right away. Not just the lives. I've just for the past 4 or 5 months now. Has it been that long? Since May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, it's been over 4 months now that I haven't been posting regular videos to my YouTube channel, right? I've been only doing my live shows on Sundays, and I love my live shows. Like I really love my live shows, right? Say hi when you pop in. Let me know that you're here to hang out with me. But yeah, it's I've missed it, right? I really missed my channel, and I thought it would just take a little bit of time for the ache to go away, right? And yeah, it just kind of lingered there, you know. I love being on YouTube. I truly love being on YouTube. I just didn't know how to make it work with the editing, right? The editing just really had me stumped. Editing, you have to be a special breed, right? I mean, you can learn it, and I did learn it. I did learn the cuts and the transitions, and but just the color grading and the sound and mixing up all these levels. And when I would watch people like Roberto Blake work in Premiere Pro, or like Peter McKinnon work in the Premiere Pro, or some of the other creators that I was trying to learn the editing programs from, that it was hard for me. I don't catch on to that stuff very well. Like I managed to do what I barely needed to do, but that editing program was costing me a lot of money too, right? And I couldn't afford that program. I know there's free programs out there, but yeah, it was making me stall out, right? It was taking the enjoyment of my explorers, because when I go out exploring, that's for me, right? When I go out there, I just really, and when that pressure is on me, with the gear and the editing and the time schedules and stuff, like if there's just one thing in there that you just don't like, or you're just not really capable of doing, it just kind of, it makes me freeze, right? It makes me think that, well, if I can't do that, well, how can I even try to do the rest of it? That stuff, that it can all take time, right? Like I just got to be able to start where I can start. And if that means that I'm going to be doing unedited videos, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out there and I'm just going to do my regular exploring, and I'm just going to go with it, right? I'm just going to go with the waves and, find my flow, and, just see if I can do 10 or 15 minutes and see if I'm interesting enough to keep my audience interest. I kind of did a test yesterday. I don't know how many of you watching actually saw my little video that I put up on YouTube last night, just to test it out, when I was in Toronto. I would just pull off onto the side of the road, and I would walk into the bush or something, and I would find these trails, these amazing like trails, right? and and I walk some of them, and and because of the lessons that I'm learning now and stuff, right? That I really wanted to, get the practice in there, and see if I could do these little short messages, that impact but are very, very short, right? For those of you that hang out here, with me on Sundays, that I want to be a thought leader, right? I've been around the block for a long time, and there's, representing, the baby boomers, and representing the people that have childhood issues that they're working through and stuff as adults, like I want it just to have a really fun channel that we can just all connect on, right? And I find relief in doing this channel and doing in my lives, right? There's always that couple of minutes before I go live where I go, oh, it's time to go live. Oh, and something tries to talk you out. But as soon as I'm in my lives, I just, I enjoy them so much, right? And I get so much out of them. And when I always end my lives, I always feel good. So even though I know that they don't work so much in the analytics and helping my channel out and grow, I think it's a good spot for my regular subscribers and my regular viewers that we can get together, and we could actually spend a little bit more time getting to know each other. If you're anything like me, I'm assuming that people are, I'm assuming Google's going to get my audience to me, right? So that if you're actually watching this channel, maybe I'm somebody that you relate to, and it's sometimes not easy to get out there and socialize and send your thoughts out there to be appreciated or not appreciated, right? I've had a few of those where I've opened up my mouth and said something and offended people. I'm not sure whether or not I regretted saying those things, but, I can't expect to make everybody happy, when I open up my mouth. And, it's taken me a long time to build up the courage to have the confidence to know that, that what I think has value. And like I said, I've been around, I've been around for a long time. I spent a lot of my life as a spectator, not a participant. It's been less than 10 years since I've started, coming alive and living my life for myself, right? Making lots of mistakes along the way, like making a ton of mistakes, right? But, moving forward and actually learning and meeting people that, that might not be like me, but are different, like me, right? And people that can appreciate, the differentness in me, if that makes any sense, right? So like I said, if you're here with me right now, just say hello when you pop in. Like I said, it usually takes YouTube a few minutes to get the notifications out to my subscribers, but they know that I'm back, and even though if they've forgotten about me from being away from a week, but I think I'll start telling you about my amazing week last week. It was something. I was sitting in the car today, and I got a cup of coffee. Actually, I just got back, and then I went out for a walk this evening. Sorry if I trail off. I went outside and went for a walk just to, take some deep breaths, and the air is really cool, and the fall smells in the air. It's just, now's the time where I open up all my windows, air conditioners off, all the windows are open. There's a little humidity in the air, but having that fresh air roam through the house, it just makes fall even that more wonderful. I don't even know if we're going to get Thanksgiving this week. Yeah, I really ticked my sister Tracy off. I'm sorry for that, and I wish I could have shared this amazing experience. But like I said, I was sitting with my sister Carolyn in the car this evening, and we were chit-chatting, and I said, there's a few moments in your life, right, that you remember that will just stay with you when you look back at wonderful memories. That there are a few of them, right? The day I got married wasn't a wonderful memory. You know, I took an amazing trip with my dad when I was 16 down to Vegas. It was an amazing memory, you know. And believe it or not, going and getting my wedding dress with my mother was an amazing memory. Like these are memories that stick with you for your whole life, right? And I had one of those experiences last week. Unexpected that it would impact me the way it did, right? Like I knew it was going to be important. See, and I came prepared, right? I didn't think, like, I wasn't feeling emotional or anything, but you always got to be prepared with me, right? But yeah, I didn't think that the week was going to impact me the way that it did, but the whole experience, you know, for even in the past few weeks, you know, starting, you know, when Sharon came up to visit me, right? In like that whole experience was just surreal, right? Like, yeah, and she was very intuitive, like I was, right? So you know it was really good because I felt like I could be myself around her, and you know because it was, you know, the couple of weeks before my planning on going to Toronto, and I hadn't even told my sister Tracy yet. I was keeping it a big secret, right? And yeah, I was calling it the covert operation, right? Because yeah, I was so worried that she was going to try and stop me, that she was going to send her husband down to, you know, start the car and drive it away because they got an extra set of keys hanging in their sunroom wall so she can come and get the car whenever she wanted to, right? But and I would let her. She would have every right. She makes those payments on that car for me, right? That's how amazing my sister Tracy is, you know. So it's really hard for me to go off and do my own thing when she does so many kind things for me, right? And yet I want to go off and I want to have this amazing life, and I feel sometimes that I have this chain of responsibility dangling behind me, right? And I don't know why I have that chain because, you know, it's not doing me any good, right? Because yeah, it's got nothing to do with the life I want to have to live. It's just holding me back, and I'm just holding on to it, right? But yeah, we're working around it. We're sisters, right? We love each other, and you know, me and my sisters are tight, tight, tight. I don't know why we're so tight. You know, how come we're all in the city, and why we spend time with each other and care about each other so much, right? But we do, and you know, and my sister Carolyn, who does nothing. She doesn't watch TV. She's yeah, she's just smart. She doesn't realize how smart she is. And yeah, I love talking to her because I always leave, you know, learning something new or getting some kind of insight that's very helpful to me, right? And she doesn't realize that she's so smart, right? But that's okay. My own personal counselor. Yeah, it's my sister Carolyn. Her and her daughter were the ones that helped me get to Toronto, right? Yeah, my niece just out of the blue just gave me the money for the gas to get out there. And then yeah, my other sister, she was just squirreling away like 20 here, 10 here, and she made $120 something that I was able to get an oil change done on the car. And then oh, there were a couple of other things that happened, and I ended up having you know enough money for the bus fare and the subways. Yeah, I took the subway for the first time. Hi, Andrew. Yeah, I'm just talking about just starting to get into my trip about Toronto, right? Because I thought everybody would be interested in hearing about my trip to Toronto. Yeah, it was an experience. I'm just trying to remember where I left off there, right? That sometimes happens when I read the comments and I get trailed off there, but I'll get better at that. I'll get better at pulling myself back to it. Oh, I was saying, yeah, it was really amazing getting on the subway, but Yeah, my sister and my niece were amazing, and then my other niece, we had a great talk. And then Sharon, you wouldn't believe Sharon. Sharon didn't have any money when she come up here. She a few little souvenirs to take home for her and her son, and maybe a couple of neighbors or something, right? She just came up here just to spend some time with me, and we got some nature walks in and stuff. But you know, the last night before she was leaving, right? I was looking at the computer, and I had looked earlier in the week, and it said, $240 for the gas to get to Toronto, and I had that $240 for the gas. My sister, hello William, my sister or my niece had given me the money for the gas, right? So I had that gas money. But then the night before, just a few minutes before, just the night before, I looked again just to see if the price rate had changed, just to make sure I had enough. I was pretty sure that I did. And then I looked and I said, $195, even better, right? So I went to Sobeys and I picked up a few, for my diet, I eat pork rinds. That's as close as potato chips as I can get is pork rinds. And I really love the pork rinds. So I bought a couple of bags of pork rinds and some oranges and, just so I wouldn't starve because I had no other money, right? I had the bus fare and the subway money for the classes, for the workshop in the mornings, right? And this story is incredible. Like I videotaped it all through. Well, I've been taping I call them the Google Chronicles, right? I've got all this video that I've been taping in wide format for prosperity or for Google or for my channel or for me somewhere's down the road or for lessons. I don't know why. I just kind of made a journal. And yeah, and because with my camera and stuff, like I have unlimited video and photos and everything to 2021. Like I have the most, I have the Pixel. Yeah, I would suggest the Pixel to anybody, right? Just even feeling safe about my security. That's what I like about it, that I'm just staying in the one browser. I really, really like that. But anyway, back to my story. So I've been making these videos, and today I was going through them because now I want to upload onto my channel, right? And because a lot of my brand has got to do with mindset, right? Working through problems and etiquette and just ways to live a better and happier life for yourself, right? And I'm not a spiritual person, like, but I am interested in it. So I've been learning about it, right? It's all tied into all this stuff that I'm learning. So of course I want to learn about it, but and I'm open to the idea because I don't know if maybe my past experiences in childhood or something, that maybe religion was something that was supposed to be meant to be in my life, but it just kind of didn't happen because the discouragement I felt in it, right? So I'm looking at a bug there's a bug on my wall and I'm just watching it crawl up the wall, right? I don't know why I'm interested in bugs and spiders, but I like bugs and spiders. And yeah, it just reminds me of a post that I saw this evening too. But see how I get distracted from my story. Let's look at the comments. Oh, Owen's not here yet. Oh, yeah. So were you guys looking forward to seeing me come back? Yeah, it was, like I said, I haven't even gotten into the story yet. And I don't know how I'm even going to tell it, but I have all these videos. And today I was going through the videos, right? Of course, I have some nature videos and clips and stuff that I can put up for my Instagram and stuff. I took so many. I just love, I don't know why, but I really think I have an eye for composition. Yeah, my Instagram photos, I'm in love with my photos. I don't know, maybe it's just me reminiscing of the moment that I had when I was there, because I had a lot of nature moments where I was actually just out there and I was just having these incredible moments. Even if a big semi truck was driving by me and almost push me off the road from the wind tunnels that they were doing, like it was incredible. Like, yeah, and I even got there hours and hours later than what I wanted to, because I kept stopping. I actually even had filled up a garbage bag. I stopped along the highway and I filled up a garbage bag full of plastic bottles. You wouldn't believe the amount of plastic along the Trans-Canada Highway. It breaks my heart. I hate that word hate, but I hate plastic more than I hate the word hate, right? And I think everybody should, if they're going to hate one thing in the whole world, I would say hate plastic. It's wow. What a state. What a state, though, that the nature was right in the nature, because I was walking into the forest, and I was walking into the ditches and the fields and stuff along the highways, and I filled up that garbage bag, and it didn't take me no time at all, 10 minutes, and I had it stuffed full, and I took it into the city and I dumped it in a bin, right? But yeah, I didn't do it on the way home. I should have done it on the way home. But yeah, I had lots on my mind on the way home on this trip, that's for sure. But anyway, back to the story about the gas. So then it said $195 for gas. And I went, oh, it's even cheaper. So I went out and bought a few groceries. And then when I came home, I thought, well, I better check in the morning, right? Because I couldn't even sleep. I was up all night, right? So I knew I was going to get any sleep, and I was going to hit the road for Ontario. And it was an over 24-hour drive by Google Maps, right? But yeah, I somehow turned it into over 30 hours. Yeah, I think it was about 32 hours. And then I spent hours driving around downtown to see if there was a place that I could just park the car and go to sleep. I was so tired, but downtown you can't park anywheres. And because I didn't have any money in the account, I left Winnipeg with no money, like just the gas money. And on top of that, I was really, really scared that I didn't have enough gas money, because I made a mistake when I looked and saw it was $195. I didn't take into consideration that was $195 US funds. It messed me right up. So that turned me at 3:00 in the morning, when I have to have Sharon at the airport at 4:00 in the morning. That turned me into instant panic mode, right? Like, oh my God, like I'm going to be like 100 miles out of Toronto, and my car's going to run out of gas. And I wasn't expecting any money being put into my account or anything for the whole week, right? Like I had to go the whole week with just bus fare and coffee in the morning, right? I always made sure that I had coffee. Oh, and I had a whole bunch of those coffee cards that you get at McDonald's. Oh yeah, McDonald's, and those little coffee stickers just came in so handy. And up here in Canada now, senior citizens 55 plus now get 20% off their coffee. And I forgot to do that. I was going to start doing that today, because I'm 57 years old and I want my discounts, right? I know I should be using those discounts at Shoppers Drug Mart, but I don't want to admit that I'm over 55, right? Did everybody notice that I colored my hair? I don't know why I waited so long to dye it back to blonde. I had that dark hair for a long time. That was the longest I had dark hair for, over a year. I felt 100 years old. And then as soon as I got my hair done, yeah, I feel like I got my youth and vitality back, right? So yeah. And I'm still losing weight, everybody. I don't know how much weight I've lost, but I am losing weight still. I've stuck to my diet, and I'm sure I've lost more. Like I said, I'm going till Christmas Eve, so I don't think I'm even keeping track anymore. I hope it's noticeable. I can see a little bit in my face, but yeah, I'm going to need a facelift, because I can see I got a little bit of chicken gobble, right? Oh yeah, wouldn't that look nice, right? If I can have a little facelift. Yeah, if I ever make it big. I don't know. I think being vain a little bit will be healthy for me for a while, right? For a while, I think, because I remember last time I lost weight, how good I felt last time I lost weight. Just my whole life just seemed to sort out when I had lost that weight, right? But I didn't do any emotional work, right? I didn't do that was the big mistake that I did when I had that operation to lose that weight. That was my big mistake. I shouldn't have Yeah. I shouldn't have had it without having, some proper emotional help, because then I think I could have been an example for people, on how to really keep the weight off and how to live a healthy life, right? And learn from your mistakes. Well, I guess I can still do that, but I'm talking like it's over, right? Like, no, seriously. Yeah, there's still lots of time. Lots of time. Everybody, yeah, instead of going for that bag of potato chips, yeah, go into the fridge and grab yourself a pear. A pear. Oh, I had the most amazing pears. I went into this grocery store, and for like under $4, I got like this big basket of pears for the drive home. And oh, I gobbled those pears down. They were just like the most. I like my pears ripe, like overripe, almost not bruised, right? Once they get brown and those really soft spots, then that's when I don't like them. But I like it when you bite into them and they're just like, oh my God, like where's the paper towel, right? That's the way I like my pears, right? I just enjoyed them so much. Okay, so we're gonna look at a couple of comments, and then we're gonna go back to my trip about Toronto. Oh, Andrew. Andrew, that's terrific to hear. I am so excited to hear that. Evan would be really, really good for you too. His content is what, helped me with all those issues that I was having. Andrew, you've been with my channel for the longest time, like from almost the beginning. Like, I know of all people that you would notice a difference from the person I was when I first started on YouTube to the person that I am now, right? Yeah. And I did that through Evan's videos, right? So I'm so glad to hear, like, yeah, so many topics, so many topics. And he's working on a project right now that would be right up your alley. He's working, doing interviews with a gentleman. Oh, darn, what's the gentleman's name again? Super smart and super friendly too, but they're doing about self-publishing, because Evan works with the entrepreneurs, right? So yeah, so for you, because you love your books and everything, you would have found that so interesting. He does 10 videos on each topic, right? Like, he's done lots of them, like chefs, and he's done writers and restaurant operators, and yeah, they really interesting. Yeah, so Andrew, that's really terrific. I'm glad to hear that, because yeah, and that's for anybody out there too, right? Like, if you've been with me for a long time and you see a significant good difference in me, yeah, yeah, you know where that credit should go, because yeah, I watch Evan's videos every day. Like, it's yeah, it's done so much for me, so much for me. And it's not because you want to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to use you know I wanted to be an entrepreneur because I was poor, and it's hard for me to work with lots of crowds and lots of emotions, and I wanted to live in a work in a controlled environment, preferably controlled by me, if at all possible, just so, because I work best with a clear mind, right? Because if I'm dealing with a lot of other people's stress, right, then that just all piles up on me, and then I can't get done what I need to get done. And actually, I do get that stuff done because that's the person that I am, right? So it makes what I have to do, what I have to get done, even more difficult. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, so who moved my cheese? Wow, Andrew. Now what does that say? I would say that's a sign. Yeah, that book that book was meant to find you today, for sure. Yeah, for sure, Andrew. I think there's quite a few people on my channel that would benefit from what I went through this week. I mean, you might not want to do what yeah. It was fun. It was right up my alley. It might not be up your alley. definitely the lessons are. There's so many different lessons. Like I do them all, but you could just do the lessons that interest you, right? That help you out, right? So yeah, I was happy to hear about that, Andrew. What else is going on? Not accepting limitations, yes. Oh, awesome. I hope for the good, Owen. Yeah, I hope those changes that you see are. Oh, did you like that hike? The one beside the river? That was so enjoyable. I did that one on my way home. And actually that one was a surprise because when I was driving, like they have these little curves on the Trans-Canada Highway. And when I was tired, I would just pull off, right? Because the first moment you go like this, that's the Trans-Canada Highway. You're not just playing with your life, you're playing with other people's lives, right? So, as soon as you do that first one, that's it. Pull over to the side of the curve onto one of those coves and oh my gosh, and like on my trip there. Okay, so to tell you a miracle, because within an hour I had no money. I didn't even know how I was going to get to Toronto. I was just determined that I was going to get to Toronto. and I had no money. I had no gas money. I had nowheres to stay. I had no grocery money. I had no bus fare or subway money. They were having dinners in the evening. Like I had no money to, so that I could go to those, right? And I swear, within an hour, it was all sorted out. Like it was just absolute miracles. On top of that, getting drivers. I thought if I had gotten drivers that could share half the money for the gas, right? So I said, oh, $150, then I can have somebody drive with me and then we could just drive straight through without taking any stops, right? But I was getting lots of calls, like lots and lots of calls. So, but they weren't quite what I wanted, because I had the money. I really wanted it to be a nice experience. So I wanted to make sure that I was with somebody that I would enjoy their company, right? That, we could have good conversations, or if we didn't have good conversations, that they could, appreciate me just staring off onto the highway off in my own world as I'm driving, right? So I canceled everybody out, right? And then for the 2 days before the trip, I got not one call, not one. And yet, once I started the trip, once I was on Trans-Canada, I was getting those calls again. Oh, I need a ride. I need a ride. But so I left without a driver to share half the money. So that really, really hurt, right? Because I thought if I had a driver, then I would have another $150 that would cover, if I wanted to go out for dinner in the evenings with the crew and if I want to do a little sightseeing or if I want to put some gas in the car or, but anyway, it turned out amazing because I think the universe meant for me to have that trip by myself, to have that experience by myself. Like I couldn't imagine having the experience that I have and having a stranger in the car with me, right? It was meant for me to happen that way. My first night pulling over onto the side of the highway, it was too dark. I didn't know where I was stopping, right? It was pitch black. So I dozed. So I said, okay, that's it. Because I drove for as many hours as I could in the dark because I'd known that I spent a little bit of time piddling around, taking photographs and, enjoying the outdoors and getting out and enjoying looking at the lakes and stuff. Just, yeah, I was enjoying the drive like no other, right? And if I can remember that spot, I'll forget. So I'll just tell that spot anyway later. But anyway, so that night I stopped in the cove and I had my two couch mattresses off my couch in the back seat. And I had my big winter coat and I brought my snow pants, but it was a nice warm night, right? So I just had my big quilt with me and I slept on the two cushions that were on my couch, right? and it was so comfortable. Oh, it was the most comfortable. I left the windows down just a little bit, and I looked up, right, and I could see like white smoke, right, and I'm just dozy and stuff, and then I'm looking, and the clouds. I was in the clouds, people. I was so high up in the mountains that the clouds were coming across the car. Like I was literally in the clouds. I was having an incredible moment. So obviously I wasn't sleeping. I was laying there enjoying the moment. But every once in a while, the clouds would clear, right? And I would look up and the stars were like jellyfish, like super thick, layered, like jellyfish in the sky, like what can I say? What can I say? It was like meant to happen that way. It was like, how could I have had that moment with a stranger sharing half the gas with me, right? We would have been driving. I wouldn't have been laying there having that experience. I was meant to have the experience the way I did, right? And it was incredible. And then I woke up in the morning and I was in a great big gully. And at the very bottom of the gully, there was a river that just went off, and in the distance, miles and miles, it rolled into a lake. And I got tons of if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you should be following me on Instagram, because I am posting the most amazing stuff, on Instagram. It was like I was waiting for permission, right? Like, just to let my mind go, right? Because I've been learning mindset for about 2 years now. And mindset's been a part of my life for that entire 2 years, every single day, right? And not just Evan's content, but content of all the other big thought leaders. And recently I've been watching Rich Litvin. He's a life coach, right? Evan had a lady on, a Chuck Berry. Oh, I couldn't remember her name, but she came on his show in an interview one day, and it was the most fascinating life that she lived. And I thought, oh, it would be amazing to have that life, right? I could probably really enjoy a life that she does, right? And she provides value, like she really helped people, like she was a life coach, right? Like she just, yeah, and I would be really, really good at that. Again, it's partly because I've been a spectator for so much of my life, right? So again, that trait is going to come in handy, but I got a taste of so much, right? Like I feel like I'm in a candy store when it comes to thought leadership. Like I just feel like I'm in a candy store. Like I just want to try a little bit of this. I want to try a little bit of that. And I think maybe that's why I like Evan Carmichael so much, and so much why I relate to him so much is because he is a hybrid entrepreneur, right? Like he does a lot of stuff. And even though I feel that maybe, that I came into this not as an entrepreneur, I'm thinking now that it might be possible, right? That maybe I could make a living doing what I love, right? Because I really love what I'm doing, right? Whether I'm on Instagram or whether I'm on YouTube. And yeah, today I was thinking about Twitter. Thought leadership would go over really well on Twitter. And it's terrible, because see, when I had that moment, just saying that now, there was my ego just popped into my head and saying, Cindy, don't be a know-it-all, right? You're not a know-it-all, right? And I've got to be careful, and I have to be aware of that, right? When I can give my opinion and when I can't give my opinion. My whole life I nobody was even interested in what I had to say, right? So I just sat back and I listened, and every once in a while I was able to join in on a conversation, or I was able to learn from a book or learn from a video, or have conversations with myself and give myself my own opinions, because I know myself would appreciate what I had to say, right? But yeah, so now I have to learn when it's appropriate for me pass on my thoughts, and when it is a good time, maybe just to sit back and appreciate other people's thoughts, right? And yeah, so I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to look at the comments here, right? Yeah, Andrew, it was the money I was worried about, right? If I had my choice, for sure, I would have wanted to go by myself, right? But I was worried. I was really worried about the money. I was really worried about not having enough gas to get there. I thought, you know, and I was trying not to think about those things, right? They're in the back of your mind. You're being optimistic. But, as soon as I started rolling into the drive, I totally forgot all about the possible problems. And I knew whatever was going to happen, that I would just roll with it, right? Like, yeah, I rolled with that whole week, you know. I wanted to be a lot closer than I did, right? But I thought it was genuine. Like I got as close as, I wanted to get close, right? So I was happy that I was able to get as close as I wanted to, right? Not get repelled or not or not to be rejected in any way, right? So I was really happy. Everybody was so nice to me. Like everybody was so nice to me, so welcoming, right? The pictures, if you're following me on Instagram, I posted some of the pictures of some of the other thought leaders I was with, right? Some of them were people that I were taking lessons from, that were students or mentees of Evan's, right? That Evan had done some training with in order for them to get us prepared, because we were actually doing our foundation videos and we were doing interviews with Evan. I think one might be for his channel. The other video is for me. Um, my video would be very helpful for a lot of people who were involved in complex trauma. I haven't seen the video yet. I'm not sure if it's been sent to me yet, but I expect that it will. But anybody out there that is suffering or has residues or mindset issues because of those complex trauma issues, like I'm welcome or I'm open to sharing my story with you, right? For the moment I'm keeping it unlisted, but I'm happy to share it with anybody that thought that it might benefit them, right? I would be, just let me know that you want it and I'll be happy to share the link with you and you can watch it. But if you would get back to me and let me know your opinions, that's what I would ask, because yeah, I would be curious, because I want to get to the point where I'm able to really talk about it and really help people. But there are other people, I have sisters that I love lots, that I have to respect their privacy, and yeah, I have to, but at the same time I have to respect mine. And I haven't set any boundaries up for myself yet, so this week I just really want to work on setting up some boundaries and setting up some of my traits. I noticed that there are some personality traits that maybe, I was kind of hoping that maybe might go away. And they might, it's not like I'm not going to stop working on them, right? But they might be personality traits of mine that might stay forever, right? You know, because I know I'm really, really fighting and I'm working hard to push through them, but I'm freezing on them, right? I'm freezing on them, talking to the officials, right? It's hard, like the bill collectors. Like I'm working on my finances right now. I'm having a difficult time getting the bravery up to make those phone calls to sort my bills out and everything. I've been very lucky that I'm very, very, very grateful that I have amazing family that take care of me. I I hate to be the one that makes them worry, right? And, it's easy for me to say, let me sink or swim, right? But, what can I do? I can't say no if they're going to offer the help. I can't say no because I can't, right? Like I can't, right? So I just have to think that hopefully one day that I can repay that kindness and make right by it and at the same time just hope that that's one of the ways that the universe has decided to take care of me. But yeah, I would like to take care of myself, and yeah, I have to figure out my income. Oh, and I left it in the car. The greatest thing. So on the highway, every time I stopped along the highway, I have this great big white bucket that I use when I go metal detecting. I keep my gloves and all my doodads in it because if I lay my stuff on the grass, I'll forget where it is and I've lost it forever, right? So I keep everything in the white bucket so I can find it easy. Well, I filled up this white bucket when I went walking on the trails and in the forest and stuff. I was picking up acorns and nuts and pieces pieces of wood, nature stuff. But I was also picking up the beautiful pebbles along the highway. They bring in all this beautiful rock for the side of the highway, right? And there was some beautiful rocks. And I thought, oh, if I had a polisher, right? If I had a rock tumbler, you know, and then I have, you can see I already have my plan in the works, right? So I picked up hundreds and hundreds. Every time I stopped, I would just look, and every time a rock caught my eye, kind of sparkled in my eye or something, I would bend down and I would pick up the little pebble, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, my sister Tracy is going to absolutely hate this, but I'm doing it anyway. And I am planting the seed now so everybody knows that in May, I am going into Evan Carmichael's next Thought Leadership Academy. I have to be much improved, right? I need it's consistency that bugs Evan the most, right? And I am really sorry. I hope he finds me endearing to put the little bit of extra effort because I am trying to be more consistent, right? But it's something I'm still struggling with, right? The freezes when I stress out, right? And I did have those bills and stuff, and I'm going to learn to let go a little bit and trust that you know it all worked out so wonderful. I couldn't have asked it to work out more wonderful than it did. And I don't mean to it's not gloating. It truly is because I'm so, so grateful, but I'm so pleased. I am absolutely thrilled. Thrilled. I couldn't have imagined that my trip could have worked out. But again, back to my story about me and my sister sitting in the car today, you know, and she was, we were talking and having a conversation. And I said, there's a few moments in my life. And earlier I said, if you didn't catch it earlier in my life, just go back. I said that, there were some moments in my life that will always stick with me when I'm a little old lady and I'm going to look back at my amazing adventures. Last week is going to be one of them. Wow. It's hard to say. I don't know if, because it touched me emotionally, right? I was out there floating by myself, right? I didn't know anybody in social media. There was a few people that I interacted online, right? That have been very kind to me, so kind to me. Like some of them, they'll be friends with me for forever. But to actually meet people that enjoy doing what I love, right? And and people I watch in videos, like when I went to this Thought Leadership Academy, like there were people there that were in interviews that I'd seen Evan do, right? So I got to meet these people that I had already sort of kind of met in his videos, right? So it was really interesting to meet such interesting people, and then a couple of people like me, right? Yeah, so So and then to get a different perspective of some people that yeah, like wow, right? I didn't think I would like people as much as I really liked them. It's hard to explain, but anyway, yeah, it was great, and they were great lessons. I was actually I have little clips. Like I said, I've been videotaping for months and months. I haven't uploaded. Like I said, I was going through the video, all my video today. I've got tons of it. I haven't even done a fraction of the video that I did. But a lot of it, is emotional because it's been an emotional few months for me, right? Like yeah, my whole way of thinking was tipped upside down, right? So, I was losing some some thoughts that just weren't doing me any good, right? They were called limiting beliefs, right? So you can Google that if you're interested. I'm just going to take a moment here and I'm just going to look at the comments again because I'm losing track. Is Sharon here? I'm just going to come down and take a look. William, oh, Kathy's here. Oh, awesome. Oh, Kathy is absolutely the sweetest to me on Instagram. You don't know what you do for me over there, like yeah, your comments, like I just love, when you leave a comment for me, Kathy, I think, right, it gets me curious, and it gets me my brain wandering off into amazing places, and I actually, yeah, they benefit me quite a bit. So thank you so much, Kathy. Yeah, I really, yeah, you're a good friend. You're turning into just a amazing friend, right? Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Everybody remembers you, Kathy, too, right? Because Kathy pops into my lives every once in a while, right? But because I made a little Instagram video. That's why you remember tonight that we were going to go live. I'm assuming, right? Because she follows me on Instagram. I just put a little message up on Instagram tonight because I did make some friends last week. So I wasn't too sure whether or not any of them might pop in just to see what I do on my lives, right? Yeah, and to meet my amazing crew, right? Yeah. And to see why they're actually called chatters, right? Like we have just like the most amazing chats. So now I've got to really take a look at a couple of these because oh, Andrew, I think Instagram platform, right, would be absolutely excellent because Andrew, you have some amazing thoughts too. And because of the way you write, Andrew, like, you're very insightful. Like if you went out into your neighborhood, right, and, just took photos of things that you enjoy or, even take photos of pages in the books, right, that you read and stuff, show us what you read, right, and post the cover of the book on as an Instagram photo, on as a photo, and then just write about something, write about your feelings, write about what you thought of the book that you're reading, like yeah, you have some amazing thoughts, Andrew. Like you really should, get them out there. There's a few of you on my chatters live that just are amazing writers when you look at that, right? Like yeah. What's Pix 11 CW? I don't know what that is. If it's TV, I don't watch TV, William. I haven't watched TV in a few years. Yeah, I can't even, yeah. People on TV, they don't look real. They don't. Like, I don't know if it's the TV makeup or something, but yeah, like I just don't connect to characters on TV for some reason. Yeah. It's probably because of what I do, but still, yeah, I have no interest, and I'm very busy, like I'm one for finding reasons not to get the work done, right? So yeah, it's a good thing to get rid of the TV for me, right? Yeah. I even got rid of the one in the bedroom. I never even used the one in the bedroom. Yeah, I don't believe in watching TV in bed. So yeah, it was just kind of like taking up space on the dresser. And yeah, when Sharon came for her visit, I cleaned out the bedroom and I think I threw it out. I never used it anyway. It was a perfectly good TV, but nobody would have wanted because everybody does flat screen TVs, right? I started clearing out some of my stuff in my apartment, right? Some tables and stuff. My sister really liked them. I hauled them over to her place. She said it went well with her living room suite. So she took some furniture of mine. I've got a few things too I want to get rid of. Yeah, I'm even thinking of getting rid of the couch, right? It only gets used once a year when my sisters come to visit on Christmas Eve. Yeah, but my sister's still mad at me, so yeah, maybe she won't come over. Maybe Santa Claus isn't going to give me my stocking this year. Tracy always forgives me no matter what, and I didn't mean to. If there was a way that I could have told her about this trip, I know my sister Tracy would have made magic happen for me. In my heart, I know that, right? Because she would have known how important it was to me. Maybe not. She would have done it for something else. I don't think she would have done it for me to go to see Evan Carmichael. She wouldn't have done that. Yeah. You don't have to be an entrepreneur, Andrew. No. Mindset is not just for entrepreneurs. It's not just from entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, they get a lot of good use out of the mindset, right? Right? It's almost a necessity to have great mindset when you want to be an entrepreneur in order to succeed, because it's so stressful, right? Being an entrepreneur is one of the most stressful professions in the entire world. I mean, look at me, like, that's one of the reasons why I went back to being blonde, so that the bald spots wouldn't be so noticeable. But that's from stress, right? So yeah, it's not, you don't have to be an entrepreneur in order to do mindset, right? If you a mindset is to set your mindset properly. It's just to show you that how you can make yourself feel better, right? Because people like me, we feel better when we help other people, right? So the idea around mindset is, if you were to go, like to do kind things for people, to provide value, to provide service, just even smiles and kindness, kind words to other people, helping little old ladies across the road, etiquette, limiting self beliefs, right? When like I have lots, right? Limiting self beliefs, but we work on them, and some of them we can fix, and some of them we can just chip away at it a little bit, right? But it makes it so you can find happiness, right? Because it's important. You feel good about yourself when you're able to do for others, right? So that's the idea with mindset, right? Yeah. So, and that's what I fell in love with, and that's what I find helps me to be happy, to find the happiness that I'm looking for in my life, right? I never had any structure in my life. I hate that word discipline, right? Because, discipline is it gives the wrong feeling and connotation, right? So get myself worked up. Ooh, now I'm breaking stuff now, but really, so yeah, it was important for me to feel good in order to succeed, and to actually, succeed in social media. I needed to know this as a business, right? At the very least, I need to be able to do this properly, so that if it starts rolling on its own and it starts to bring in some money, then maybe I could bring on some help, right? If I can bring on an editor, then I could go back to doing those big explores, right? That take days and stuff, or my trips. Like, I've got enough videos right now to do, 2 or 3 at least Following Evan, my playlist, Following Evan, to make videos for that, right? But I'm looking at it. A lot of it is my personal experience, right? Like I said, there was a lot of changes in a very short span, but it was necessary to happen, right? Like if I had started this earlier, but I was just kind of brushing it, right? Just catching the information and, thinking it was like going to Sunday school, but not really delving into it and having the passion for it, right? So so I had a lot of catching up to do in a few short months, and I think I kicked butt. I think I kicked butt, and a lot of it is common sense, right? And a lot of my issues, I found that because I'm such an introverted thinker, right? A lot of us on our channel, we are introverted thinkers, right? I'm just going to scroll this down. I may lose a few of the comments, right? But I'll come back to them and I'll rewatch my live just to make sure that, I don't say anything stupid that needs to come out. I usually don't. I haven't had to do it yet, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And plus, I love to go back and read the comments that I miss, and I'll be sure to do that, right? But I'm going to just come back down here and catch up with everybody else in the conversation. Andrew's chatting away. Yeah, he writes novels. I tell you, Andrew, really, seriously, you need to, but you know what, Andrew, I'll find that playlist to that series he's doing on self-publishing, right? You'll find it really, really interesting. At the very least, these gentlemen have the proper content for you to be reading. And I think once you do a couple of those books, you'll be so hooked like me. Yeah. Yeah. And then see the improvement. Then see all the amazing, wonderful changes happen in your life. I promise. I might not already, you might not see it totally right now, but it could be one video. My whole life could change with one video. You don't know, right? So yeah, be prepared the best you can, right? Yeah. We have, I think, a Mary Kay that comes usually to our lives. Is she here tonight? A lovely lady too, right? You do. You're very informative, Andrew. Like, yeah, Mary Kay, she's the one with the pink Cadillacs, right? That she gives her salespeople. I am not much of a cold caller. Yeah, I like the marketing part of it. I like the storytelling. I like the conversations. I like the learning. Uh, I like the creative part, but I like not doing the graphic part myself. But I kind of like the idea of because I guess it's my idea because I think I have good composition, that I have a good sense of how things should be, right? So I like to give my opinion, even though judging is not a good thing. People shouldn't be judgeful, and I'm not. I'm trying really hard not to be judging of people at the very least, but judging is part of my personality that I have to work on it. Yeah. I noticed that a lot of my strengths are somebody else's weaknesses, and then that somebody's weaknesses is my strengths. Like it's and then there's a lot of commonality in it too, right? So yeah, very, very interesting. Actually, I'm rolling it in my brain because it's just coming to me now too. So it's something for me to think about too, right? So yeah, but already. So, and that's again why I watch my videos. And which is what I wanted to mention too when I was going through those videos this afternoon, right? And a lot of those I was having moments, I'd come out of a big cry or I had a big realization and I was able to, just release it and just get it out of my life forever. And yeah, thank you to Doug from the Thought Leadership Academy. He actually was teaching me that, the negative, right? If it's there, I was holding on to negative texts that were really, really mean, and I was rereading them, right? Yeah. Then he just took my phone away from me. He says, "This is how you do it, Cindy." And he just garbaged every single one of those texts. He says, "This is garbage. This is, oh, how did that one still get there? That's garbage." I mean, yeah. Yeah, that was Doug that taught me that. So yeah, negative. I'm not putting up with the negative, you know I understand my shortcomings, and I'm willing to accept my failings and try and work to be better, but I'm not going to allow myself to be treated badly anymore, right? Oh, back to this and the stones. See how many times I do this. So I've got to learn structure in my conversations, right? Because yeah, we were talking about the stones, me picking up the stones, hundreds and hundreds of stones. Every time I stopped, I would look for these stones, right? Things that caught my eye and stuff like that. So I would pick up these stones, and I got that big white container and I filled it up with stones and acorns. And yeah, I'm going to buy a rock tumbler, and that's how I'm going to pay. That's how I'm going to pay for my thought leadership course. It's going to be very expensive next time, I'm sure. And yeah, I agree that I'm not for myself, because I really can't afford it, but I got so much value out of those 3 days that I was there. And yeah, yeah, he can crank the price up a little bit for sure. Maybe he can give, like, buy one get one free coupons. We can send them out to his regulars, and maybe we can get a deal or something. But you never know. Maybe I'll be super rich and I'll be able to afford it. But in any case, yeah, I got so much value. He should have charged so much more for that thought leadership academy. It was amazing, and his team was amazing. Like, his team was amazing. Like, I felt like I had made friends there. I wish that I sent off a few emails and stuff and had a couple of conversations, but yeah, I was hoping that we would be a lot closer, right, than we are. So I'm gonna try again with a couple of them, and see if we can build those relationships up, right? Because yeah, they were very interesting people on excellent platforms, and they're working at this like I am working at this, right? Not everybody gets to be a thought leader, right? You know, and I have to have the confidence to know that I know what I'm talking about when I'm throwing my thoughts out there. I would hate to think that I influence people, incorrectly, right? That I give some bad advice. I'm not saying I'm lucky, because I'm not a big person for luck. I think we make our own luck, right? But I have been very grateful that I have been able to give some good advice out there. And wow, Andrew, if you delve, that would please me. That would please me lots, Andrew, because I know that you have the capability of making the most amazing life for yourself. And again, it has to be something that you love, right? If you do this. Oh, and Karen, I don't know if Karen's here. Karen Pruden, she's one of my subscribers also. She comes into the lives every once in a while, but she's got a YouTube channel, and she's got 165 subscribers. I'm so proud, right? So I'm so happy for her. So again, we're going to go out for coffee, and yeah, give her all the help I can. You guys want to start channels, or you start Instagrams, especially my chatters crew, right? You let me know. I am most definitely happy to help, right? I always thought I was pretty good at that, you know, but yeah, if you guys go on social media, I think, again, I really love Instagram because I was able to, put up little videos. There's so many different ways to post on Instagram, right? And I like writing too. And I'm enjoying the writing more and more all the time, right? Oh, did everybody see my book here? Evan Carmichael's Your One Word. Yeah, and he autographed it. And yeah, that's it's got a special spot right now. Oh, see, my believe, right? My believe. That's Evan's hashtag, right? Believe, and I'm part of the Believe Nation, right? So yeah. Any way that I can support those who yeah, pulling me through for sure. Did I just say Karen? Karen's here. I was just talking about you, Karen. Not 1 minute ago, Karen. I was talking about you. That's like coincidence, right? I was saying how lovely it was that you texted me today and or you messaged me and how amazed I was at your 165 subscribers on your YouTube channel. You're doing absolutely amazing. I can't wait to come and help you with that. Have you done your graphics? Like, have you done your channel art and stuff? I haven't even looked. Everybody, yeah, if you haven't subscribed to Karen, I don't know if she wants people who she likes to chat at, be on your channel. But yeah, Karen's got her YouTube channel up and running, and so Karen, right after my live tonight, I'm going into your channel. If you're okay with me going to check it out, I'd be happy to go over there and check out your channel. So yeah, super excited. Oh, and you've already been up there onto her channel. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm just, yeah. I hope I had something to do with that, Karen. Yeah, I think I did, but I hope so. But yeah, so it amazes me, right? And you're going to get so much enjoyment out of that, right? You know, like I said, I was addicted to video lottery terminals. I was playing gambling on those slot machines, those electronic slot machines. And when I started my YouTube channel, I was able to give up video slot machines. I couldn't play those slot machines, right? You know? But yeah, it saved my life, I think, because those machines are deadly. Oh, they're deadly. They're bad. They're bad. Those things ruin lives, right? Yeah. But I'm so happy. They'll never get 5 cents out of me ever again. But yeah, so if you do have some kind of bad habit, or if you have, some kind of addictions or anything, and you need to, get your mind off of something, yeah, get onto YouTube. But it has to be something you love, right? When you do social media, right? Because you have to do it for a long time before you ever see any real results, right? So you have to really, really love it. Oh, I'm so excited, Karen, to see it. Yeah, I haven't even sent Sharon her videos yet. I got so many beautiful pictures of her, and we had such an amazing time, and I haven't even had a chance to, get back to Sharon and have a chit chat about my event. But going back to that story too. Oh, I'm just terrible. Um, she the night after I'd seen the price had gone, I went into panic mode, right? Um, Sharon actually wanted to give me $50 of her little bit of money that she had, right? She put it in the most lovely card. Like, she gave me the most beautiful, thoughtful card, and she put $50 in there, and I gave it back to her. Of course, I wasn't going to take it from her, right? Because yeah, she's got big bills going on, and yeah. And her son needed some car repairs and stuff. So I know it would have helped somewheres along the road for her. So yeah, just kindnesses to get me to Toronto. Like, just everybody pulled through, and I made it to Toronto, and I slept in the clouds, and the stars were amazing, and the drive through the mountains was the most spectacular thing. And I wouldn't have had that experience if I had taken that drive with somebody that I didn't know. I would not have had the experience that I'd had, right? It was incredible. And the event was, like I said, it was amazing. And on top of that, okay, so I took the subway. Every morning I took a bus down to the subway, and then I'd take a subway right to North York Station. And as soon as I get out of the station, I'm in the mall, right? And in the mall that Evan's dance studio was in. We had salsa dance classes every morning before we had like our regular workshop and lessons and stuff. We actually spent a good half an hour, right, doing salsa dancing. It was amazing. Oh, Karen, thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying Sharon's here. Oh, see, I love Sharon. Oh, and I tried so hard, and she was so pleasant to me, the whole time. And yeah, I was a big ball of stress the whole time. I never once doubted that I wasn't going to get to Toronto. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I never once doubted that I was going to get to Toronto. Yeah. But yeah, I have all those beautiful videos and all those beautiful pictures for you, Sharon. I'll be sure to send them to you. Did you get your laptop fixed? Did your son fix your laptop for you? But again, Karen, thank you so much for saying that. I hope you love your channel. I hope you love your channel. I hope you have lots of fun. I hope it brings you lots of peace of mind and enjoyment, in your life. It did so much for me. It changed it. I started YouTube. It changed the whole direction of my life, right? Yeah. Like I would still be lost if I hadn't made the decision to start my YouTube channel. I would still be a lost soul. Yeah. For my whole life, right? It would have been that way for my whole life. Yeah. It was amazing. Yeah. Amazing how things work. It's just a matter of taking that first step, right? Oh, good. I'm subscribed to Owen's channel. Owen hasn't uploaded a video, I don't think, for a while, but I'm sure I'm subscribed to Owen's channel. I've seen some of Owen's videos. Kathy's done a couple of abandons, but I don't recognize here. Like Exploring and Me sometimes comes here on my channel. Sweetheart, absolute amazing video. His videos are just as good as Josh's. I don't know how many of you watch Exploring with Josh, right? But Exploring with Me makes just as his videos are just as good, right? So yeah, I would go over and watch his videos. His videos are very exciting, and he's a very sweet man, right? We're going to be friends for a long time, me and him. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad it's still working. I'm glad it's still working. Yes. So anyway, what about else with the trip? It was 32 hours getting there. I took my time getting home, but I did get lots of those rocks. And going back to this bowl here, I'm going to polish those rocks, right? And then I'm just going to use this bowl like I'm in a Palmolive commercial, and I'm just going to play with all my stones, and I'm going to put all that great mojo in there, right? Because I have my 3 stones here, and I was actually going to give them away at the Thought Leadership Academy, and I don't know why. And I guess there's a reason why they stayed with me, right? But these stones have been with me for the past 4 months in my hands every single day. There is such great mojo in these 3. I don't know in my whole life if there'll ever be three stones that are going to be more powerful coming out of my bowl. But I was going to give these away. Now I'm going to give them away now, but I'm thinking the reason I didn't give them away is because they didn't want me to give them away into the wrong hands, right? So these 3 are going to be for very special in my life, right? I have this piece of it's like a purple almost cut glass with a tiger's eye in it. And then I have my moonstone, right? And it's got 3 squared sides. I just love the way I always play with this one. And then I have this one here is my rainbow. And when the light hits it, it goes in different colors, like a abalone shell. Yeah, I love these stones and they're full of magic stuff. So they're going to somebody special, maybe one of you guys out there, right? Yeah. I don't know how many of you believe in that stuff, but yeah, as of late, yeah, right up to here in it. Yeah, so it's lots of fun. It's lots of fun. Oh yeah, exploring with Cappy. I've seen his videos too. That's good that you're sharing out those explore videos for the abandons, right? Yeah, I don't know what I'll be doing for abandons. Usually I go for a drive on my birthday, right? For years and years and years now on my birthday, which is October 22nd, right? I was 15 minutes from being a Scorpio. But, you know, I've always gone for a drive by myself and I leave early in the morning and I don't come home till late at night or sometimes even the next morning, right? But I don't know if I'll be able to. Hopefully I'm working, you know, by then. Oh, I have to be working by then, but maybe I'll have the day off. You never know. The universe might arrange it. I would like October 22nd free with a big handful of cash so I can fill up the gas tank and go off and have an amazing 24 hours, please. Thank you very much. I'm grateful, right? And that's how you ask for things. And then you just have a positive attitude, right? And totally forget about that you even asked for it. And then somehow magically it happens. Let's see if I go for a drive on October 22nd. Yeah, I'm not sure what day it is, but yeah, that would be nice if I can get out. But again, that would depend on my sister Tracy, I guess. Yeah. I'm working on that one. I am, and it is what it is, right? But it is wonderful that I feel how much she cares for me, that she's willing to try the way she does. So I think that's pretty awesome. And like I said, I have most amazing sisters in the whole world, and yeah. So what are we gonna do? Okay, so besides, I got the book, right? And then I got a workbook up top there too. It's just a little gift. I'll never write in it, I don't think, unless something really, really event happens, but it would have to be very, very important that maybe I can document it. I saved all my receipts, right? I did things like I went swimming in the morning, right? Let's look at a few of these things. They're really interesting. Just little things from the event and stuff, like my card, right? Like I'm gonna tape this stuff up, right? I got a beautiful card from Sharon the night before she left. I did tell everybody that she put $50 in there for me. It was just, it's just the sweetest thought ever, right? And then, so all this stuff will get glued and saved in my scrapbook for my 2019 Evan Carmichael Thought Leadership Academy, right? But I saved all my receipts. I saved, Cummer Park Community Center. I had nowhere to stay. I didn't have any money. I didn't even know if there was going to be money deposited into my account so that I could even leave Toronto. My last day there, I had enough money for my bus fare, my subway to get to the workshop, but I didn't have any more money to get even back to the car. I would have figured it out somehow. It would have been embarrassing. But yeah, it was just on faith that there was going to be some money deposited into my account. And so it made it so I was able to have a nice evening that evening because they had the, goodbye dinner, the farewell dinner that night in a nice restaurant. And so I was able to go to that. I would have gone anyway and just had coffee, right? But But it was amazing to have those wonderful conversations. We even had a girl there at the Thought Leadership Academy. She was 12 years old, and her dream was to help people. She didn't know how, but she wanted to be a thought leader, right? So at 12 years old, she already knows that. She's already got that in her brain, like so much of a head start that she has all those years, because it takes years and years and years, right? But that's years and years ahead of the game that she'll be, that when she's ready to take off, wow, she's going to make such an impact on the world, right? Yeah, she was amazing. Yeah, and her father came to the workshop too. There were 15 of us students, and then there were some guests from last year that were there to give us some lessons. I was actually rapping downtown on the streets, like I was rapping, and we were playing skip rope out on the streets. I actually had a sign that said free hugs, and I was running around giving free hugs to people. I know it sounds strange, but these are things to build up your courage, right? And yeah, it's funny. I pull courage out some ways, but other ways I can't. Like if you dig into me emotionally, right? You're digging at the secrets. I really got to trust you, right, in order to give those out. But but just to be out there and so exuberant in public, it was lots and lots and lots of fun. Yeah, it was lots of fun. But yeah, so I saved my subway tickets, and then there was a goal in one, and then the solution to the goal, the reason why, the problem, and then the goal, what to use on the way home. And yeah, I'm just reading it now, and yeah, it's exactly the message I need now, so that can be just stay there so that I can look at it every time I'm looking at the computer. But yeah, my tickets for my subway, different things. I stayed at this community center. I took the subway down to classes every morning, and I stayed in a community in my car in the parking lot of a community center. And in the morning for $4, I would go in, because they have morning swimming, right? And then I would use their facilities with the ladies, and we'd shower and we'd get ready for the day. And then I'd go and grab a cup of coffee, which was there was like a coffee shop across the street, grab a cup of coffee, and then I would hop the bus and then hop the subway, and I would get to class in the morning on time. And yeah, I loved it. I just loved absolutely everything about that whole experience, right? I didn't feel like I was suffering in the least. I thought it was an adventure. I thought it was like the biggest adventure of my entire life, really. Oh, and these. I was at McDonald's. I stopped off at McDonald's, right? And I was looking for directions, and I think it was in Thunder Bay, and I met this lovely, lovely lady, and I asked her the question, and she said, "Oh, can you sit down with me for a minute?" Right? And, we chit-chatted and stuff, and then she dug into her purse and she pulled out these religious pamphlets. So I thought, wow, there was a reason why I sat down with this woman, right? And then out of the blue, she just burst into tears, and I told her my name, and it turned out to be somebody that had passed away that was very dear to her in her past, and she had a difficult time, getting over it and stuff, but she had the same name as me, and yeah, we had a great conversation. I sat with her for at least a good half an hour, right? And when I left, I felt so good. And yeah, that's definitely going in my scrapbook, because it was a memory, right? And every time I look at this, but if I didn't have these little reminders, right? Just these little reminders, maybe I might not have remembered her story, right? Because yeah, I would like to remember her story. Maybe I'll bump into her one day, and she'll say, "Oh my gosh," And then we had schedules to run by each day, and oh yeah, so many great things. But then we also baseball cards, hockey cards. What were they called? Peachy? Is that what they were called? Now, I don't know what brand this is, and I'm not quite sure, but I'm thinking, because Gary Vaynerchuk, right? He a hobby show, right? Where he was selling cards and trading cards. And he had entrepreneur packs. Now I'm thinking these were the packs. I'm pretty certain that these are those packs he was talking about. But 1 in 1,000, and it's called Entrepreneur Heroes. And they have their own baseball hockey card kind of thing, right? So I thought maybe I would open them up. I don't know if Evan had a card in there. I don't know if he did, because with the agency that Evan's with, right? Like, he's not even featured in the website. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's not my business, right? But Evan's going to be huge one day, like huge. And I guess maybe they are waiting for him to actually get to that point, right? But yeah, I would be amazed. But 1 in 1,000, Gary Vaynerchuk is the universe with me. I should have done it nice, because then it could be in my scrapbook. Oh, it's still pretty nice. Yeah, definitely that will go in my scrapbook. Let's see if I know who these people are. Okay, just not looking at the names or anything, right? I'll just look at the faces, and I have to name them off, and we'll see how many I can get. Okay. We'll do it this way, because I think I can see the pictures this way. Okay. Look at the face. That's Steve Jobs. That's the big guy from Apple Company. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living. Oh, shoot. Am I going to just like show my age now by... Here we go. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Oh my gosh, I just did a post on this, right? Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you want to become. Everything else is secondary. Steve Jobs. I got one right. That's a good card to have. I like that. Okay. Next one. Steve Jobs again. I got 2 Steve Jobs. I got two Steve Jobs. Who is this? This is somebody I don't know. This is somebody I've never met or heard of. Herb Kelleher. Herb was my grandfather's name. Okay, what's Herb's message? I've never heard of this gentleman. Holy moly. I always felt that our people came first. And if you treat them right, they'll treat the customers right. And the customers will come back, and that'll make the shareholders happy. He's from Hayden Heights, New Jersey. Oh, he owns Southwest Airlines. Oh, okay. He's a big airline bigwig. Yeah. I didn't get him. Sorry, I didn't get him. Oh, I'll have to look. I will look him up and see what he does. and then I got to see this one. Oh, that's Bill Gates. He's a big guy too. Is Apple? No, he's not Apple. So, Bill Gates, to create a no standard, it takes something that's not just a little bit different. It takes something that's really new and really captures people's imagination. Oh, he's the one who invented the computer. I knew that. Yeah, in his garage, him and his friends. Shame on me. Okay. Ariana Huffington. I'm unfortunate. Harriet Huffington, is that a newspaper heiress? Maybe. I've never heard of her before. Oh, darn, there's a couple I've never heard of. Fearlessness is like a muscle. I know from my own life that the more I exercise it, the more natural it becomes not to let my fears run me. I'm going to look her up too. I don't know. Oh, here's an old one. I don't think I'm going to know this person at all. Who is that? It's Duncan Hines. I didn't even know Duncan Hines was a guy. I'm assuming it's the same Duncan Hines as who makes the cake mixes. I would like to be food dictator of the USA, just long enough to padlock 2/3 of the places that call themselves cafes or restaurants. Yep. Good eating, Duncan Hines. Wow, entrepreneurs. Yes, interesting. So, yeah, I think I would like to learn about these three. I didn't get a Gary Vaynerchuk. That would have been lovely to have. I really like Gary. I really like Gary's message. I really like how Gary has evolved. I don't know how many of you, if any, actually watch Gary Vaynerchuk's videos. He's a businessman. He's known to do motivational speaking, but he's actually just a businessman. I was actually watching a video just earlier this evening. He actually said that exact same thing. But yeah, like my baseball cards, it's great for my souvenir. I think these ones, well, this one can go in my YouTube book, and then these ones here, this can go in my scrap that I still have to put it together. But I have all my pictures, and I have a couple of beautiful photos on my phone of the event, right? So it was really, it was really a something special. How long have we gone now? It's 9:00. We have been talking 7, 8, 9. We've been talking for 2 hours. Let's look at some of these comments here. I'm just going to go back a little bit. Okay, sorry to hear, Karen, what's going on? Oh, Karen, you didn't tell me that. Karen, are you going to lose your eyesight completely? Do you think you might lose it completely? Oh, yeah, we're definitely. Oh, Karen, eyesight, that is not good. That is, yeah, darn. Do you think that you might lose it completely, Karen? I would like to know if you think you might lose it completely. Yeah. Oh, I would like to know that. But yes, we're getting together right away, Karen. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have a great time. Like, I don't know if you want to go for a drive with me, but I would, yeah, whatever. If you want to stay and just, hang out at your place, or if you want to go to drive with me, or if you want to go out for coffee, yes. Most definitely. Most definitely. And now I'm even more excited for your channel. Like, I'm even more, you were meant to start that channel. Yeah. We got to get you to the point where you can hire somebody so you can dictate how you want your channel. Yeah, because you're going to end up having to have get a little bit of help on that, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, your husband, it sounds like he loves you the way he wanted to surprise you with the trips and stuff, that he would set the camera up for you and everything. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what you're going to do with your channel. And 165 subscribers, like with 3 videos, Karen, that's amazing. My channel, well, because it's urban exploration, right? And I had some really pretty neat houses when I first started my channel. A couple of really neat explorers that my channel started taking off right away. I think after just a few weeks, I had already had like a few thousand subscribers already. Yeah, my channel started taking off pretty good, right? Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see that take off again, but yeah. I'm not even sure how my content is going to go. I know that thought leadership is going to be tied into my channel now, right? And I think that documenting all of my adventures, just not my outdoor adventures, but my adventures in my life, because I know there's going to be a lot of adventures, because the industry that I want to go into, it's very exciting and very fast paced, and there's lots of interesting people, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to showing it all. And I don't know what content is going to hit, but yeah, I'll work whichever one does hit, and if I love it, yeah, I'll be all over it for sure. Because it's hard, when you're just flipping from one topic, and then pivoting to another one. Like that's hard on the system to be moving like that all the time. I mean, I like change, and for me it's fun, right? For me is it because there's so many different aspects of me that I just want to share it all, just to just get people's feedback to see what they like about me and what they don't like about me. I don't know why, but yeah, I like it. It's interesting, right? So yeah, I would love to go do dolphin for my birthday. I would do anything. That would have to be an overnight trip if I wanted to do dolphin, because it's going to take me 6 hours with a couple of pit stops and everything to get up there, and it'll be unless I leave really really early, it's going to be quite late, and it's getting darker now too, right? It's getting dark by 5 o'clock at night. It's pretty dark here. But yeah, I would love Karen. Yeah, maybe your husband will let you do a road trip with me. Maybe that's something we can discuss if your husband will let you go away like overnight, right? You should see how I set my if you watch my postings, you saw how I set my car up, right? Like I don't expect anybody else to rough it like I rough it. I think it's fun. Like I loved it. I loved camping out in my car. I thought it was absolutely so much fun. It was, yeah, I can't rave enough about it. Oh, Andrew's heading off to bed. Yeah, he'll be back later. He likes the lives, right? So he'll come back later, and he'll just carry on where he left off, and then he'll leave me a comment, right, underneath, and let me know. Oh, awesome! William's got his channel too. Perfect. William, yes, you email me every morning and you say hello and you let me know how you're feeling and stuff. But yeah, I would like to see you uploading some videos to your channel, or hearing that you're going off and doing a little bit of good for making your life better and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit more than good morning or hello. Yeah. Yeah, we're working on things now. I want everybody to be rocking their lives, right? Yeah, it's been an incredible year, incredible couple of years. Yeah, incredible few months. Yeah. But yes, definitely. I will sub to any of you guys. Anybody uploading videos on your channels, or if you're doing Instagram or if you're doing Twitter, let me know, and I will make sure that I am subbed there and that I support you and I share your videos out, right? We're a team here, right? We support each other as much as you guys support me all the time. Yes, I'm happy to support you guys, and if you guys are really trying to, yeah, do something that's going to make your life happier, right? It's just a matter about being happy. That's all what all of this is about, right? You know? And I can help William too. He's got his phone, he knows how to work it. Yeah, so just upload a little one, even if it's just, 1 minute or 2 minutes long, just saying hi to everybody. Yeah, just to show everybody that, you could do it. Oh, happy birthday to Sid. Yeah. Happy birthday to Sid. Just she has a beautiful son. Yeah, very attentive too. Yeah, picked her up and dropped her off, and she had some heavy suitcases too. I hope you got home okay, Sharon. Yeah, it was. I didn't get a chance to say thank you so much for coming to stay with me and experiencing, our walks. And I appreciate the talks, and I appreciate that you were there, when it was a little bit stressful for me and I didn't know how my Ontario trip was going to do. Like you were really, really good with me. And oh, and she kept my house so clean, like, yeah, much cleaner than my house is right now. Like, yeah, she was just the best guest ever. If you ever want Sharon to come visit you, oh my gosh. Yeah, my bedroom was perfect. I came home and I just crashed. Aw. Oh, Karen, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. But why are your comments? Yeah, okay, there it is right there. I just trying to see. Yeah. Here we go. That'll be better. Yeah, for some reason that your comments are ending up for me to review. I don't know. I don't know why, but yeah, thank you so much. I just turned you into a boss lady on my channel, Karen. So whenever you pop in, yeah, so you can practice, with the wrenches because then when I come on to when you decide to do lives, right? Then I'll come on to yours and I'll be a moderator on your channel, right? You know, we never have riffraff or anything like that, but sometimes, there's questions and stuff. And when you're a moderator, you show up like, you're more viewable so that if somebody has a question, you're able to answer it for them. Then it shows up much easier. But yeah, thank you for saying that. Karen, that really pleases me because it's important for me, right, to give a little bit back, right? I don't have a lot to be able to give back in way financially and stuff, like I can't go off and buy gifts or go places and stuff like I would like to, but it's nice to know that even me saying something or giving a little bit of a advice or even just a smile and some encouragement that it actually makes a difference. Yeah, it's really thoughtful. It's really thoughtful. Oh no, Sharon, no, thank you. Thank you. It was amazing. It was, and for 3 weeks I didn't see my bed, right? And but I slept good all the time except for that one night before I took you to the airport, but I slept good. I slept good for every other night for sure. I did have a great time and I'm looking forward to going back to Toronto in May. And like I said, I'm going to get that rock tumbler. Maybe for my birthday, my sister might get me a rock tumbler. They're expensive though. But maybe I can find one secondhand, like on one of those Kijijis or something, that maybe I can find a used one, right? And then, yeah, then I'll just play with all the stones and put all my mojo in there. And then I'll sell the stones, $20 or something, but I'll write up for like maybe a couple of weeks before Christmas, right? And then I'll mail all the stones to everybody. Yeah, I don't know how much I'll charge for a stone. How much do you charge for like magic stones? I'll have to figure it out. I'll figure out how many stones I have, and then I'll figure out how much it's going to cost me to get to Toronto, and then I'll divide it, and then that's how much my stones will cost. But then I'm sure my stones will bring much more value than what anybody will pay for them, and then people might have that heart, right? That to support me in my dreams, right? Yeah, my little 18, 19-year-old niece, she helped me to chase my dreams. She knew how important this was to me, and she surprised me by dropping that pile of cash in my hand. And yeah, those are the things that make life worthwhile, right? you know those surprises, those little dazzle and amazes. And I think the world gives me the life that I have, right? And it's going to give me the life that I want. It's because I appreciate life so much, right? That I love it so much, you know? And it's not always easy. And I think because when you can find the happiness when there is no happiness, when you can find a little something to be happy about or something to make you feel good about yourself about when there's just so much miseries out there, you know, it's got to be appreciated, right? You know, you want to give back to that. And I think that's why, I have been given this gift is because of my love for life and my love for the adventure and love for the game and love with it all, right? It's just, yeah. Okay, people, let's wrap this up. What's with the conversations? Let's throw a few more in there and then we're going to call it a night because I still want to go over this and read some of the comments that I missed out. And Karen, yeah, let's try and set something up. I don't know how it's going to work out with the gas and stuff because I am buckling down and I have to find a job this week. So, yeah, tomorrow I'm out job hunting all day. It might be next weekend. Maybe next weekend we can do something that would be great. Maybe next weekend. I haven't yet. Right after the live, I'm gonna do it. I don't I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I guess I can do it now. Oh no, it's not letting me do it now. I'll do it when after the live show. I'll do it. Oh yeah. Yeah, let me be there when you do the lives. Like you have to let me know, right? So I can make sure that I'm there for your live, right? The lives are so much fun, right? That's when you really um can see who your diehards are, right? Yeah. And those are yeah, it's yeah, I love my live chatter is probably one of my favorite parts of my YouTube channel. But I am tired now. It has been a busy day. It's been a busy week. I still haven't come off the buzz. I'll be posting to my YouTube channel. You might have a little bit of repeat on some of what I've been talking about today because I have viewers on the other channel that doesn't watch the chatters live. They're more into the explores, right? So, Karen, I'm really surprised that you say like, you're just a little fish in a pond. I was exactly where you were 5 years ago, right? And, if you really apply yourself, because, now I know, right? So you can learn from my mistakes, right? You can save yourself quite a bit of time now, right? For me, it's been a long time, right? And a lot of mistakes along the way, but yeah, I hope I can help you out with that for sure. And I'm learning, right? And the longer you do it, you do eventually become, I'm not saying expert, but you become knowledgeable, right? And at the very least, you can teach up to the point of where you've learned. I've learned that much, right? Yeah. But yes, Andrew, I know you're going to be watching this tomorrow. I want to hear that maybe you've started on one of the platforms. I think Instagram would do really well for you because I like the way you think, I like the way that you write, right? And there's a lot of opportunity on Instagram for people who like to do a little blogging, right? A little bit of blogging, and yeah, you can upload your photos, right? You can take the photos right from your camera. I take amazing photos with my camera, like amazing photo. I still have a ton of photos to upload, from my trip to Toronto. Yeah, everybody's going to be so sick of seeing me in Toronto. But yeah, I loved Ontario. I loved that drive, and I love that memory that I'm going to have for the rest of my life. And I look forward to doing it again in May. The roads might be a little bit scarier, right? Because sometimes we still have snowstorms in May, and way up in the mountains too. There still will be storms, so I won't be able to drive like I was able to drive. I drive this trip, but I'll just add an extra day for travel each way, right? And yeah, but for sure there won't be no covert operation next time. It's all loud and clear. I'm going. I don't know how I'm going to pay for it, but like I said, I got those stones happening. It's an idea is running through my mind. You never know. I might land a great job, or somebody might need some coaching, or you don't know, right? You never know what's coming along the roads for you, right? What opportunities arise. You just have to expand your mind and keep picking up the experience, and eventually something will hit. And if it doesn't hit, it was a good ride. Okay, everybody. I'm calling it a night. I'm all pooping out now. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on my live tonight. And yeah, if you missed any of it, you can always roll back. I always leave these videos up for you to watch again. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, maybe now would be a good time to do that. And if you hit that notification bell, next time I go live or upload a video, you'll get a notification. And yeah, everybody, go do something this week that, make you feel better about yourself. Something permanent, right? Some little thing it doesn't have to be a big thing, some little thing that will improve your life, right? And just do it permanent. Just make the decision. This is it. And nothing huge, because if it's huge, you're going to talk yourself out of it, or you're going to do it for a couple of days and then you're going to fall back. But if you make it just some little thing that just irritates you or irritates your husband or irritates your wife, right? Some little thing that you can live without that trait, you know what? Do it. And then next Sunday, I will have a prize for the person who did the best if you did it, then you did the best. But yeah, it was an interesting one then. Okay, everybody, have a great night. See you next week. Bye-bye.